Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Virgo in September 2019. What's going on, Virgo? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. All right, guys, right off the bat, happy birthday to you September Virgos. I hope you guys have an amazing birthday. Hope you're having fun with the people that know and love you and care for you and keep you close to their heart. And I hope you have some wonderful party gifts and praise. And you know me, guys, I love cake and ice cream. So if you have that, I'm jealous. Have a slice and a scoop for me because I wish I could be there to enjoy it myself. Now, man, anything else? Yeah, and you know, summer's wrapping up, so I hope summer wraps up nicely for you guys if you're up here in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, your winter is wrapping up, right? So, yay, change of seasons. Anyway, all right, Virg? Whoever says Virgo, excuse me. All right, Virgo, I've shuffled off camera. That is your main spread there. I will shuffle now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all of the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. The timestamp is in the description box below if you choose to jump ahead. Also down there is all the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. Follow the simple steps and I hook you up. But if you do have a question before actually placing an order, you can email me at the same address, ask your clarifying question, and I will answer it as soon as I can, okay? All right, let's get into it. I want to see Virgo's outcome for September 2019. Please show me Virgo's outcome for September 2019. Please show me. Wow, quick. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. And came like that, so there you go. All right, we will flip what came face down. Ah, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, let's see what's going on here, all right? Please show me where Virgo is in September 2019. Please show me Virgo in September 2019. Please show me. Okay, thank you. Ooh, that's interesting. Good, bad, who knows? Let's figure it out. All right, guys, coming in to September 2019, you come in with the Fool card. Very nice. Secondary major arcana for Aquarius, so some of you might be dealing with an Aquarius, but you don't have to be. As for the tried and true of this, taking a leap of faith, huh, Virgo? Jumping into or walking onto new paths and just really being open to whatever comes your way and feeling guided, feeling protected, feeling as if, you know, even if you are teeter-tottering on the cliff's edge, like that silhouetted figure, even if that was you, you would still have confidence that if you were to go tumbling down that cliffside, you would still be able to bounce up back onto your own feet and go on your merry way, right? So there's a resiliency and a hopefulness and just like this inspired feeling of I can, I will, everything will play out the way it needs to. Or some of you are thinking everything will go in your favor. Now, there's a caveat here because I think that you're hearing that and you might be taking it in a way that my guides are at least saying, nah, not the way you're thinking. Because the thing about the Fool is it is this embracing of the unknown and the unexpected, right? It is the full embracing of it. But when we hear that in our human form, in our mundane selves, right, there will always be an envision or an already established picture of what we think that unexpected thing is, what that unknown is. We're kind of already filling in the blanks. We're kind of already, you know, coloring in the picture. My guides are trying to convey through me to you that, sure, embrace the unexpected, go towards the unknown, have that optimism, have that pep in your step, have that, you know, carefree attitude, that willingness to take a leap of faith. But do not think that you can predict what's going to happen or what's going to be on the other side of that leap of faith. Some of you think you know what it is, and it is not what you think it is. So that can be good, that can be bad. But what they are really pointing me towards is you really have to let go of the expectation. If you're familiar with tarot, or you've heard this card talked about before, or you've had a reading done previous to now, or some message has come out similarly for Virgos. I don't watch other readers, especially not for Virgo. No offense. So I don't know what other messages you might be hearing, but this idea of embrace the unexpected, to walk into something without any expectation, but do have confidence and faith that you'll be taken care of. Some of you are unknowingly resistant to that, unknowingly countering or sort of acting in an opposite way because you're already envisioning what's on the other side of the leap, what's on the other side of the jump, what's going to happen when you go dancing near that cliff's edge and maybe you do fall. Do you break your leg? Maybe. Is that in your plans, Virgo? Probably not. I don't know any Virgo that would want to step into a situation and risk injury or risk some type of failure. You are a sign that for most of your existence, you probably want a safe bet. You probably want to be able to predict or to be able to calculate and come within a reasonable approximation of what you think is going to happen. The embracing of the unknown for you, Virgo, is so foreign territory, such foreign territory. But some of you are pretending. Some of you are telegraphing. Sure, I'll take that as well. Pretending, telegraphing, professing that you are actually open to whatever happens. And that is not true. Okay, so this works because I think you're going to get into this anyway. This is going to unfold for you anyway, whether you are envisioning what happens on the other side of the leap, or if you are actually able to completely let go of expectations and completely embrace the idea of, I have no idea what the hell is coming down the pipe next. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Like, just me saying that to a Virgo is like me telling you to like play Russian roulette. You're just like, hell no, I would never. So I already know many of you, the majority of you, are not fully in what the Fool is encouraging you to do, what the Fool is encouraging you to fully commit to. Commit to nothingness. Wow. How about that? Commit to nothingness. Think about that. What the hell does that mean? Commit to the idea that there's nothing on the other side. What does that mean? What do you mean nothing? Nothing as in nothing you could predict, nothing you could foretell, nothing that you could imagine is on the other side. Whether that's good, whether that's bad, doesn't even matter. Okay. So I like this as the reader, as the person on the outside, because for me, this works. I don't know why it works. I just feel this would work. But there's some of you who are just like, I don't know. Like, you want a warranty on this thing. Like, you want a return policy on this Fool energy. And I'm like, that's not how that works. Because also think about it the other way. If you know anything about tarot, or, you know, some of the things that people say about tarot is that the major arcana, specifically in the tarot, is the Fool's journey. Every card that is a part of the major is a card that the Fool will touch and experience and live through. We go through that cycle over and over and over and over again in our lives. This Fool appearing now is saying, now's the time, Virgo, for you to step onto a new path, a new trajectory, a new set of experiences, or new phase of your life, whatever. You want an insurance policy on the new. Even if you do know exactly the order of the major arcana, you don't know what lesson each of those cards and each of those energies is going to present to you this time around, right? Because the next card after this is the Magician, right? So let's say you know a little bit about the Magician. This is turning into a lesson here. But let's say you know a little bit about that. So you know that that's about manifestation, and you know that's about being a creator or co-creator with the universe, as above, so below. You know all those little cliched keyword phrases, right? Do you also know the shadow side of the Magician? Do you also know that that also requires you to have balance among all of the elements, all of the qualities out here in the world, right? And all of this other kind of stuff. Like, there's certain things that you are already acquainted with and therefore familiar with, and therefore you kind of want an approximation of what you already know, or an assurance that if I do take this risk, if I do take this leap of faith, it's not going to turn out to be a goose egg for me. That is not what the Fool says. That is not what the Fool wants or encourages you to do. This encourages you to embrace nothingness, to embrace the idea of you don't know shit and you have no way of predicting shit. Therefore, embrace nothing. Okay, I'm going to stop because that's a challenge. And that makes sense. I'm finally making sense. You're the 6th sign. And all of the readings before you, I've gone, in order of everybody. And I have felt challenging energy. And I have been, unfortunately, I apologize to the previous 5 signs, I have been kind of putting resistance either on that sign or on someone in the situation. What I now see is that this challenging energy, and I believe Saturn goes direct, or is it Jupiter? I think it's Saturn. I think Saturn goes direct in September, around the 18th. I could be wrong, don't quote me, but maybe I'm right. So Saturn, Virgo period, or Virgo energy right now, this is your season, right? That is why there's resistance. That is why people are being challenged to let go of restraint. Virgo, you are one of the signs that has this element of restraint, this element of controlled barriers, right? And Saturn is also a controlled barrier type of sign. That is why this is challenging for people. The timing of this time right now on Earth, September 2019, that's a challenge with Saturn going direct after being retrograde since April, right? Now that that's coming out, people are going to be put to the test. All the things that you've been preparing yourself for since April, maybe this whole situation, I don't know yet, has been unfolding in your life since April. I don't know. But now's the time to put up or shut up. And this Fool showing up for you, Virgo, is encouraging you to, or highlighting that your challenge is to sort of like taking a test and not studying. No cramming, no spark notes, no going to, a study session. No seeing the TA and asking for extra credit or anything like that. You just go in there, unprepared. Frightening for you, yes? Puts you into a little bit of a panic. Puts you into a little bit of the cold sweats. Maybe not exactly to such extremes, but your normal self, Virgo, is prepared. Is somebody who takes into account what they already know, thinks about what they could expect, and prepares different scenarios for the different things that they could expect. The Fool has no expectations. It embraces nothingness. Challenge for you. Good luck. Because I know many of you are shaking in your boots hearing that, or you're super annoyed at hearing that, or you are fearful based on what I just said. I'm sorry, but that's what I see, that's what I feel. Okay. Let me ease some of your anxiety because they stopped me because I'm hanging on to this. The dog that accompanies the Fool, right? This is your path. You are guided, maybe by an actual animal in your life or a spirit guide, whether that be an animal or a crossed over loved one or whatever you believe in or don't believe in. Maybe your guide is straight up JC, Jesus Christ, whatever. You are guided. You are protected by that archetype or by that, not archetype, what do you call it? Avatar. I'm feeling it's like an avatar. So it could just be something symbolic to you. Whether it be belief in a deity or a message that you received from, your great-great-grandpa or something like that. Regardless of how it appears to you, you are guided. You are protected. You're fine. But you want to maintain control, you want to maintain some type of knowing, and the Fool knows shit. Nothing. And is not daunted by knowing nothing. Get into it. Challenge. Get into it. You don't have to, by the way. I say a lot of things and they might sound like I'm telling you what to do. You don't have to do anything I say here. You do not have to follow my whatever I'm suggesting, okay? Because everybody has free will, right? Now, I'm assuming we're going right above, but let's double check. This is okay. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is like, okay. Ay, Dios mío. Now, above where you start, you've got the Justice card. Major Arcana for Libra, so some of you might be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. Ay, Dios mío. Wow. This will be encountered at a later date. After this full energy is underway, whether you jump willingly or you stumble down the cliff with expectation or without, it does not matter. But eventually you're going to encounter justice. Now, that might sound a little daunting or like cryptic, and I don't mean it to sound that way. But whatever is needing balance, needing a judgment call, needing to be clarified, needing to be, I don't want to say understood, but certainly, maybe, like I said, clarified or finalized. Thank you. That's the word. Finalized. Whatever is hanging in the balance, it's going to wash out. Interesting. Because look at this figure, like silhouette on an island. Because as you can see at the bottom, there's like water all around, and there's land in the far back there. So when you're secluded, not all of you, but for some of you, when you're secluded, like this figure is on that island, all by himself, right? When you are to yourself, secluded, or in a solid, how's this? I wish you could see what I'm doing. Like I'm putting this in front of my face, like my hand is like centered. Thank you. That's the word, centered. When you are centered, after this full experience is underway, because it's the fool's journey, right? You get justice, you get clarity, you get some type of judgment or some type of balance restored, balance established for the first time, whatever. And again, I'm feeling apprehension so hard from you guys, and that's okay. I understand. I get it because of everything I said. Virgo season, Saturn going direct, and just your general demeanor as a zodiac. You're worried about what this means. You're worried about the impact of this justice card. Some of you, this is like court. Some of you, this is absolutely a legal situation, and you're waiting on a decision. You're waiting on a judgment. You're waiting on a jury, whatever. Taurus had a very similar message in their reading, and I don't know, I guess I'll have to see when I do Capricorn if the earth signs are having a similar experience. But I feel, because justice is, you know, the connotation with this concept of justice is it could go in your favor or it could not. The scales will come out balanced as they need to. Sometimes it'll weigh on your side and that'll be favorable. Sometimes it'll weigh on the other side and that is unfavorable to you. There is a call for you, Virgo, to accept it no matter how it goes. If you get what you want, hallelujah, praise Jesus, praise Allah, praise Buddha, praise myself, praise whatever. Thank you. I got what I wanted. If it doesn't go the way you wanted, the way you planned, the way you expected, because, you know, and not to say because you didn't embrace nothingness and because you could not let go of expectations that it won't go, there's no correlation to that. What I'm saying is, if it comes up and it's not in your favor, whatever you're waiting for a judgment on, whatever hangs in the balance, if it comes down and it's not in your favor, please don't be discouraged. That was what I had to kind of lay Taurus out on. Not lay them out, but like really emphasize with them. Sometimes a loss is a win. I'm not going to, maybe that's true here too, but don't dwell on anything that you might lose. Don't dwell on anything that might not come up in your favor. It was not meant for you, you know? What's that cliche phrase for those who are religious? God, life's rejection is God's protection or some shit like that, right? Same concept here, same connotation here. Justice is going to do what it's going to do. It's going to fall in your life the way it's supposed to fall. Yeah? If it comes up unfavorable, it's unpleasant in the moment. It doesn't hit your expectations. It doesn't satisfy your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, everything that you were praying for, whatever. But in the long run, in the bigger picture, in the grand scheme of things, it is exactly what it needed to be. That has to be said for some of you, because statistically speaking, not all of you can win. Not all at the same time. It just is impossible, right? It's a general reading. If you want clarification on this, get a personal. But in combination, you are asked twice with the Fool and the Justice card to let the chips fall where they may and accept the outcome. Don't even expect the outcome. I mean, sure, if you're waiting for like a court date or like a decision by a judge or a jury, and you're like, my court date is on the 15th, Jay. What do you mean don't? Okay, fine. You can expect something by the 15th, sure. But as far as how it's going to go, how it's going to affect you, how it's going to unfold, expect nothing. And accept whatever comes. That's kind of the challenge for you. And, you know, I can feel it historically somewhere. There has been plans made. You have had people and yourself make promises to each other. You have obligations and responsibilities, and you have all this, you have that. There has been a succession that has led up to this moment in your life, where historically that might be why you struggle to embrace the nothingness or embrace the unexpected, because, well, there's something substantially behind everything that has led up to this point in my life, Jay. I get it. Now is the time to sort of, for lack of a better word, erase that, or put a pin in it. If not erase it, put a pin in it and let it stay where it is, because something about what has transpired previous to now, I don't know what that is. It's going to be a plethora of things. You're all different people on different journeys, dealing with different situations, right? So whatever it was before now needs to stay where it is. Some of you like that idea. Some of you want a change. Perfect. Jump off that cliff. Go for it. Others of you want to take stuff with you. And I am feeling this, no. Whatever was over there previous, I keep shoving this. Like, there's nothing there, but I feel this need to, it's just leave it there. Boom. It's there. Leave it over there. And because that's what again, with the Fool, what is he carrying with him? In the traditional tarot, he carries a knapsack, at least. In this deck, all he's got is a goddamn flower and his dog. Nothing. You take nothing with you. Not as a punishment, not as, some type of, maybe that'll come out in the judgment. You get nothing. I don't know what court case you're dealing with. Alimony, child support, divorce, okay? Those are all the things that justice can deal with that come up regularly, okay? Alimony, child support, and divorces, right? Could also be a severing of a business or something in more professional or career or financial terms, right? Strictly financial, right? So some of you, as the Fool is indicating, you get nothing, or you will be walking away with nothing. That hurts to hear. That will hurt to experience if that is what happens with you. But regardless, and this is a challenge. I keep telling you, it's a challenge. So you have my sympathies. I wish you well with it, but some of you will walk away with nothing. And that is just in the situation, apparently. That's a tough pill to swallow. That, like, nothing makes that easy to accept. But perhaps that is some of your guys' experience, is that it's not meant to be easy, and there's something to grow. There's some lesson here. There's some growth here. There's something to be gained later down the line that will be better than anything that you've lost in many of your cases. And that's the thing. Again, with the Fool, even if he falls, okay, let's just use that as an example. This is just to illustrate. This is not what I see. I'm not clairvoyant in that way. I'm clairvoyant in a more finite way, I think. Anyway, but let's say this Fool jumps off the cliff, falls off the cliff, whatever, breaks his leg. That's a bum situation to happen. That sucks, right? Broken leg, laid up in the hospital, where this guy was ready to go on this adventure, and he was ready to, meet whatever unknowns were going to come down the pipe for him, right? And he was like so expecting he was going to have this great adventure out in the world. Maybe he thought he was going to travel. Maybe he thought he was going to meet a whole bunch of new people, blah, 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 right? But he ends up laid up in the hospital, broken leg, suffering, in pain, having to be on medication, having to go to physical therapy. Oh man, so you broke your leg in this many places, and you did this to your knee, blah 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 blah. Here's 8 months of physical therapy. So 2 months later, now that he can walk on his leg, this is just an example. Please stick with me, okay? 2 months after the break, he finally starts his physical therapy. Lo and behold, who is his physical therapist? And I'm saying he, you could be a woman, no gender, blah, 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 right? Someone who's attractive. Someone who gets this guy. Someone who makes physical therapy fun. Maybe this person has experienced physical therapy before. It was boring. It was tedious. And I stopped going. Or the person I worked with, they had no bedside manner. They were rude, blah, 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 blah. So now you go again to physical therapy, maybe even to the same location, but now there's a new physical therapist there working with you. They're inspiring, they're fun, they're jovial, they're pleasant, they're nice, they're easy on the eyes. And maybe that starts this adventure in a totally different way, where previously the fool was like, I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to spend 2 months in France, then I'm going to travel over, and I'm going to live in India for another 4 weeks. Whatever this person planned. Now they're stuck at home in Arizona, in New York, wherever, going to physical therapy thinking, oh, I had to cancel my plans and I couldn't get a refund on my plane ticket to France, blah, blah, blah. They're shitting on their situation. They're thinking, this sucks, I lost everything. Go to physical therapy, meet an amazing person. A good new friend, a good possible new lover or love interest, whatever. That is the true adventure. You did not expect it. It came after you suffered a loss, broke your leg, lost money on your trip to France, all this other kind of shit. But guess what? You get the new adventure with the physical therapist. Whether or not that's ethical, I don't know. But again, it's just to illustrate how what you do not expect is exactly what you need, exactly where you need to be. Wow. I've been channeling so good. Wow. And let's have a drink of water, because Virgo, I love you guys, number one. I have to, because you guys surround me in my life. I know a lot of Virgos, it's crazy. And I love you guys. And please don't take this as a knock or a read, but this is just what I've seen to be a pattern in a lot of my experiences with Virgo is sometimes you lack imagination or being able to see a situation from different angles, at least angles that you haven't already thought of in a previous situation. You're very much reliant on information that you already know, historical things, predictable things. Therefore, to expect the unexpected is unheard of for you, and it's a struggle. Yeah, I find a lot of Virgos have so much learned from hindsight. We all do, but like sometimes you guys have profound lessons learned from hindsight, like absolutely profound. Whereas other signs, they are better at predicting what's unexpected or being prepared and quicker to catch on to what's changing, or what lane they need to like hop into, or what lane they're being guided to hop into. Virgo can be a little slow. Earth sign quality, you can't help it. Now, what works for you, just to give you a little bit of a boost here and a little bit of a lesson in case you don't know much about your own sign, is the mutable quality of you. You're way better than either of the other two earth signs at being adaptable, okay? Even if you're slow to get the lesson, once the lesson is learned, you become the ace of that new experience. You go quickly to the head of the class, okay? So everything I said, I hope you can find some resiliency inside of you and carry it with you, okay? Now, let's move on, because now you're probably going to have the longest video. It was first Cancer, then it was Leo, now it's probably going to be you. Oh, man, what else is going on here? Something is in the middle here. I mean, clearly, if you've been with my channel a while, you know something is in the middle here. But they're like, something is in the middle. And I'm like, okay, fine. So you're having a split, what I'm in this moment going to call a split read, because you have these 4 cards on the side. If you've been with my channel before, you know what this is. This is the triplet in the middle. I never intend to lay more than 6 cards, but now you have a 7-card spread where you have 2 cards in one position, making the triplet. The triplet either tells a story that is supplemental or complementary to what we talk about. This is probably going to be complementary to what we are talking about, or it fills in the background of what, yeah, okay, thank you. Fills in the background of what we're talking about. So listen, what's going on? Divergence. Thank you. 2 different paths. You and someone else. 2 different paths. Or your former self and your new self. 2 different paths. Okay. Yes, thank you. All right, so across the top here, where justice is. So this is going to be, for some of you, not all of you, this is going to be what justice is ruling on. This is going to be what justice is concerning. The 7 of Swords and the Star. Major Arcana, the Star. Secondary Major Arcana, or excuse me, Primary Major Arcana for Aquarius. So that's 2 Aquariuses here. So you may be dealing with an Aquarius. You may have Aquarius prominent in your chart, or someone else has Aquarius prominent in their chart. Look into it if you can. And I have only started saying that recently on my channel, because normally I'm just like, it doesn't matter. But I'm like, when both the primary and the secondary come out, I'm like, you should probably look into that. Now, the Star, that's like hoping and wishing and praying and having all these beautiful dreams and coming from a place of love and affection and healed wounds and working on healing wounds. If not completely healed, at least we're in the process of healing wounds. And there's a hopefulness with the Star. There's this belief that something is destined or supported through destiny and fate and all that kind of stuff. And that might be true. That might be true. But I'm really concerned with the orientation of the Star card when it's right next to the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords, dastardly energy, lies, deception, sneaky behavior, certainly misdirection and misinformation or misguided information, you know, sleight of hand, all these things that equal actions, behaviors, and sentiments and energy that is saying one thing, doing another, promising one thing and showing another thing, or behaving and presenting another thing, right? Countered energy, or I don't want to say counterintuitive, because that's not the point. It's really just like like smoke and mirrors, man. There's like, not the magician as in the tarot magician, but they're showing me like a magic trick. Like, you know, somebody has they're like, don't pay attention, and like they're doing this other thing, the sleight of hand. Lies, maybe. Manipulation, sure. Definitely manipulation, because that's what a magician has to do. Not the tarot magician, but an actual magic trick type person, right? They have to manipulate your attention, manipulate your mind, manipulate whatever to make you believe that something really magical happened, and it wasn't something that can be explained with logic, or, you know what I mean? You can't figure out what I'm doing when I'm performing a magic trick. That's the point of the 7 of Swords. You can't figure out what I'm doing. So here we have very honest, clear energy, clear intentions, clear communication, clear. The Star is very earnest and outright in that way. 7 of Swords, not so much. Not so much. So, what I'm getting is there's a divergent energy. You pick what side you're on. You know your life better than I do, Virgo. I don't know your side. Or, excuse me, I don't know your story. For the orientation of what is going to be on the board when I lay these two cards down, I'm going to say you're probably the Star and someone else is the Seven of Swords. But if you know you're a dastardly liar, please place yourself in the Seven of Swords accordingly, okay? And you can do what you want with this reading. I'm in control of no one, okay? But the thing about the Seven of Swords also, it's look at what the body language is. Sneaking away, you know, taking more than what is necessary, taking more from a situation than what is needed, what is appropriate. But look at what's looming in the background. That huge sun. Normally in the Seven of Swords, this person is under the cover of night. They're cloaked. It's very sneaky. It's mystery and all that kind of stuff. This is out, almost out in the open. Flagrant, maybe, in some of your cases. Flagrant lies, deception, manipulation. Cheating in other cases. Plain to see that this person on the Seven of Swords side is not down with whatever the Star person is doing. Look at the orientation. The Star is sitting, chilling under that night sky with the huge star in the sky, right, and the bird on the branch, just chilling. Very obviously in that pose. The Seven is like, I'm going the other way. Bye bye. Okay. So, divergent energies, miles apart. Also, like look at the like the framework. Like both are looking, or rather, in both you can see great distances in the background, right? You can see that in front of the Star, there's like mountain ranges, and even further over here, there's like a cityscape. I'll show you that. There's like a city on the left side of the card there, right? So vast distances on both cards are represented. AKA, again, worlds apart. You and another person, worlds apart. Different intentions, different experiences. Like the intention of the Star is healing, is connection within the self, centering in the self, and then sharing that centered, healed energy with other people, or the community that or the people around them that means the most to them, right? It's mostly a self-contained energy, but sometimes the Star does share. And acts as a healer to other people, acts as counsel to other people, right? The Seven of Swords is not about that. Seven of Swords does have selfish intentions or self-focused intentions, similar to the Star, but at the detriment or under the, with the, what's the word? With the consequence of taking what doesn't belong to them. Of taking more than their allotted share. How many swords does one person need? According to, or at least what I've seen in, documentaries and old medieval Monty Python, one sword will do you. Maybe you get a dagger in your boot, that's about it. You don't need 5 swords. Because he carries 5, he leaves 2, right? So that's the other thing. Also, this person could breadcrumb you, and I'm using that not in the way associated with like narcissism, but this person could breadcrumb you. This person could have left something behind, physical objects, or left you with something like stewing in your brain, like left you with a possibility that, oh, maybe we are on the same page. Not really. How can we be on the same page when they're walking away with 5 swords and they left you with 2? That's not the same page, buddy. No. So, divergent energy between you and this person. Could be a partner, because like I said, what's on the line up here with it? Justice, alimony, child support, divorce. Good luck if you're going through that. But you guys are not on the same page, and this person is walking away. If it's you, you know it's you. If it's the other person, you know it's them. Underneath all of that, 8 of Wands. I'll show you this card in the reverse. 8 of Wands in the reverse. I'll show you this upright so you can get used to it. Well, dodging bullets. God forbid if that's what you're doing. Like, I know people are crazy out here, and I know, here in good old America, we love our guns, right? So, God forbid if you're actually dodging some type of bullet or some type of, assault, okay? But, you know, that's just sort of the impression I got when I looked at that image. But certainly also dodging what the Eight of Wands sometimes is called the arrows of love. In the reverse, those arrows are not flying, and if they are flying, they're haphazard. And if they are flying, they're missing the mark. You could be shooting arrows of love at someone, Virgo. I love you. I want to stay together. I miss you. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's patch this up. And somebody is just like dodging, not trying to take on what you're throwing at them, or vice versa. You know, general reading, guys. So in that specific case, this is all about a dissolvement of a relationship, and you, Virgo, having to embrace whatever may come. Good or bad, just embrace whatever's coming up next. If it's not about that, because I did talk about divergent energy, and I did talk about how this could be difference between within you or old you versus new you. New you would embrace, the star would be embracing all of this. And those are 3 majors, by the way, so that's very significant. If this is just within you, star would be embracing and looking at justice and not anticipating like, oh, I know what's going to happen, but anticipating as in, this justice and the Fool experience together is going to provide some type of healing to my life, give me some type of clarity, give me some new road to walk down, give me some new sense of enlightenment, and it would be honored. Okay? Old you, sneaky snake, self-deception, maybe self-sabotage with the Seven of Swords, sticking to like giving people false hope with those 2 swords stuck in the ground. Oh yeah, I'll be back next week, and I'll take care of that. Like setting up promises that you know you're not going to fulfill. Like that's old you shit. And underneath it all is this terrible. Did I mean to? Yes, okay, I meant terrible. Terrible communication between you and another person, or with you and yourself. You lie to yourself. Yeah, I'll be back next week. Oh my God, there we go. I'm like, what is this next week? And I'll be back. Like, who makes these promises? Okay, so it could be like in your business. You know what I mean? You could be in court. You could be sued for not fulfilling contracts. Okay, you are a contractor. You're a plumber. You're an electrician. Whatever. You said you would do this job. You quoted the person. You charged the person, and then they go behind you and check your work, and they see, oh, Virgo, plumber extraordinaire. You didn't do what you said you would do. It's on the invoice. You charged me for it. I paid you for it, but you didn't do that work. So now you're in court, or now you're about to lose your license to do repairs. That's dicey. But you knew back here that you lied. Oh, I'll be back next week to do that. You never came back and did that work. Or when someone asked, hey, well, did you do this? You said you were going to do that. And oh, yeah, I did that. And you know you didn't. Lies. Combination. Poor communication, terrible communication. Manipulative. Now, if it's not about your business, like I said before, child support, alimony, divorce, man. You or whoever was in the Seven of Swords. Oh, right. The thing about promising, I'll be back next week. Some of you made promises about your kids, or someone has made promises about their kids, and you're sitting there as the star, hoping and waiting and praying that he or she will be back next week like they said they would to take care of their kids. Nope. Lie. Absolute lie. There you are sitting on the mountaintop going, please God, please Lord, let him come through with the money. Let him come through and come pick his son up for his baseball practice, for his this, for his that. Please let this be the thing. And here goes your son and maybe your other kid or whoever. Here goes 2 kids stuck, sitting, waiting for this lying person to return, and they don't. So what happens then? We got to go to court. You can't keep doing this to my kids. I can't. This is not the only reason to go to court, because someone promised to show up for baseball practice and they didn't. This would be a historical thing. Like I said, history. It's over here. And what's going to happen is that history will stay there, and you get to a new jump off point. You and your kids, whatever's happening, poor communication is underneath it all. From you, from them, to them, whatever. Poor communication. Some of you, Virgos, I know you wouldn't, or well, not all of you, but many of you wouldn't. if that was the situation, someone was lying to your children, I don't care, the father, the mother, whoever, the grandfather, maybe the grandfather, whoever, it doesn't matter. Lying to my kids is like lying to me. And some of you have had the moments and had the inclination to tell someone about themselves. Oh, it's not that I don't care that you lie to me. I don't care that you treat me this way. You shouldn't treat our child this way. You shouldn't treat your daughter, your son like this. And that is the straw that breaks the camel's back. That this person has begun to behave this way towards your child or towards their, towards your mutual child, right? That's a problem. That's a problem. And it will be handled with whatever's going to happen with Justice in the Fool. It will be handled. So, that is what is going on in the triplet. Another drink of water. Listen, this has been a night of breaks. This Tuesday night is lit, as the children would say. Now, on the other side, what's going on here? Wow. That, I don't know, wait. 2 to 1. Wow. Going from 2 to 1. Listen. Yeah. 2 to 1. So, down on this line, particularly, definitely very hooked up with that 8 of Wands in reverse. You have the 4 of Wands in the upright. And again, when I was doing this history, this is the history. Yeah, this is the history. Or, this is like the key players involved. You and someone else. At some point, maybe still, right now, have a bond, have a union. Maybe, to some degree, have a happy home. To some degree. Or at least not happy, stable. 4s, stability, foundation, secure. Whatever you have with this person, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, roommate, baby mama, baby daddy, I don't care. It's stable. To you, to them, everybody can live under this roof, whatever. It works, but it doesn't work. It works in the sense of the 4 walls stay up, the bills are paid, food is in the fridge. It has the trappings of it works. It looks to the outside world as if it's fine. Internally, like I said, linking with this 8 of Wands and even linking with your own Fool card in that position. You can't have true stability, true foundations with poor communication. I wish you could, I know I'm making a stank face right now. I wish you could see. You really cannot have what the 4 of Wands promises, what the 4 of Wands is meant to represent, when you have terrible, poor communication, manipulations, shooting arrows of love at somebody who's dodging them as if they were freaking Superman or something, like dodging bullets and moving shit, like the Matrix, like Neo in the Matrix, and he goes flying backwards, right? That's not foundational for a 4 of Wands situation. That is disproportionate, divergent. It also wouldn't align with that Fool energy. Because the Fool is by himself on that rock side, on that cliff side, with the dog, the guide, the hand, the spirit that helps him through this experience. There are 2 people in the 4 of Wands. 2 people can't go on a Fool's journey together. Not usually. So again, I feel this is what was. For many of you, it was. For some of you, it still is, but it's about to become a was. I'm laughing only, not at your situation, I'm sorry. I'm laughing because in my mind, guys, if you've been with me, I have a lot of movie and TV and music references, and that line, it's not a is, it's a was, comes from the movie The Wiz, okay? So that's the only reason I laughed. I'm not laughing at your circumstances. Now, but seriously, it's going to become a was. It will become a was, for sure. If this is not resonating with you, if you and your partner are happy, if nobody's telling lies, If people are going to your son's baseball practice and everything is, kumbaya, perfect. This is not for you. But for those where this is hitting, get ready. It's going to be a was to some degree. Because even if you remain together, which a lot of people do choose to do, remain together for the kids, I don't recommend it, but you can do what you want. Even if you keep that stability and keep that unity, keep that bond together, there is too much shit in the picture here for this to actually be happy, happy, joy, joy. No way. No way. It's not feasible. And what I said when I was coming over here, 2 to 1. You go from 2 people silhouetted there, bound together, holding hands, matrimony, happy, let's do this, partnership, to 1, King of Wands, right above. So somebody, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you might be dealing with one of those people, or dealing with one of those signs. You don't have to be. But there's one now, sitting alone on his little throne, which is actually a fold-out chair, right? Ruling his kingdom. Not necessarily upset, by the way, this person, whoever it is. Not feeling like, I'm missing out on anything. This person feels, for the most part, fulfilled and resolute, but they're by themselves. Now, this is on the line that you share with the other person. I mean, you share this 8 of Wands with them and the 4 of Wands with them too, but that Fool kind of is really just about you, Virgo. Therefore, I feel this is probably your partner, okay? Is basically my long way of saying it's probably not you. This is your partner. King of Wands, after the dissolvement of a union. Like, this is just a silhouette. But if you're familiar with tarot, I think you could maybe get what I'm about to say. In other depictions of the King of Wands, we get this sense of somebody who's just like stern and strong and feeling confident. I'm not sure that this King of Wands is 100% confident. I'm not sure that this King of Wands is 100% reticent, or I did say resilient. I feel that and I'm saying you could be, or the King of Wands could be a woman and you could be the man I'm talking to. You could be the woman and the woman, man and man. It does not matter, no gender. But this King of Wands, he would be resilient in the sense of he's not going to let, everything fall by the wayside. He's going to take care of the basics that he needs to take care of in his own life. So if this is about the dissolvement of a marriage, if this is about a breakup, this King of Wands, if he's suffering, you're not going to know it. You're not going to know it outright. He might tell you, no, I don't feel good that we're breaking up, but he's not going to show it all the time. He has a certain image to uphold. I got bills to take care of. You took me to court for alimony, you took me to court for child support, so I can't be crying in my room all day. I can't be crying in my house all day. I got to go to work. Like, that would be his response. Like, you might say, well, don't you miss us, or aren't you sad about this? And he's like, yeah, I'm sad about it, but guess what? I got to go to work and pay for these kids that you took me to court over. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, he is that pain or that suffering or that sadness is usually because it's fire, right? So it burns. It's very dynamic. It's very blistery, right? It's hot. It's not sad and mopey like the King of Cups would be. It's not completely detached and like acting like it never knew you like maybe the King of Swords would be. And it's not going to be necessarily as methodical or practical as the King of Pentacles would be. This King of Wands is like, yeah, okay, fine, we're broken up. Get out of my face. Like, I still love you and I still care for you, but, get out of my face right now. Like, they need or want some alone time to lick their wounds, to get over their bruised ego, to get over how they hurt you, how you hurt them, blah, 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 blah. They need time by themselves. Fine. And that hurts for many of you because you still care for this person. But what did I say in the beginning? Life's rejection is God's protection or whatever it is. Count yourself lucky. Dodged a bullet. If this is how this person is to you right now, or they're showing this side of you, or this side of themselves to you, right? Oh, hold on. Another message. Ooh. Oh, shit. Okay. So remember that this is 2 people. probably you with the Star, probably your partner with the Seven of Swords. There is a potential that the King of Wands is a third person. Hello, number 3. Okay, we go from 2 to 1. We go from union to single. There's a chance for some of you Virgos that the Seven of Swords, sneaky, lying, manipulation, is because this person, I did mention it once, has cheated on you, walked towards the King of Wands, who is pretty aloof, maybe even unaware in some cases, but if aware, very aloof to whatever's going on. So if this person is a third party, and there's no other indication of a third party, because I don't think, thank you. Oh, they're nice today. The idea of third party is not here because there was technically never any cheating. So what does that mean? Oh God, here we go. If your partner stepped out or engaged in something with someone else, you technically were not together at the time. You could be separated right now. Your person could be with the King of Wands as you watch this video in your house, in your room, by yourself, there with that person, but you are separated. There is a technicality, like a little asterisk on this. There technically is no cheating. So you were either on a break, you've been separated, you're already divorced, you're just waiting for the finalized paper, you know, rings have been given back, people have moved out of people's houses, whatever it is. If this person is with the King of Wands right now, no cheating. That's interesting. And that's why there's no 3 here. And that's why I'm like, third party, and then I got pulled back. It's not third party. Because, I mean, if it was, it would just be energetic, right? Meaning, they had intention to step off and become a part of this person's life, or to begin some type of something with this person. They've intended that for a while, but did they ever act on it? Or act on it while you were together? In some cases, they absolutely did, but in someone's case, there's like a discrepancy, or like, not a discrepancy, there's a disclaimer here. There's a disclaimer. We technically weren't together, therefore I technically didn't cheat on you. And that could be the third person, that could be their attitude. I didn't know you guys were a thing. When I met Seven of Swords person, they told me they were divorced. They told me you guys weren't together. They told me you guys had broken up. Blah, 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 blah. So from their standpoint, this person on the outside, they're just like, I don't see the problem. Well, they were lying to you. Okay, well, based on the information that I had, I was in the clear and they were in the clear. Therefore, I don't think we did anything wrong. And that slaps in the face of you, Virgo. You're just like, motherfucker. Like, how dare you? So because they lied to you, you think it's cool that you slept with my husband or slept with my wife? And the King of Wands is like, they never told me they were married. They never told me that they had this, that, and the other back home. Every time I saw them, there was no ring on the finger. Every time I, brought it up in conversation, they, you know what I mean? And the King of Wands is kind of accepting that. It's kind of like, okay. And Virgo, you would be in there like, well, guess what? If they lied to me, they're going to lie to you. And the King of Wands is like, okay, sure. Oh my God, buddy. Let's get out of here. What's your outcome for September, Virgo? You have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Show this card upright so you can become used to it. A lot of wands on the table, a lot of fiery energy. So the situation is heating up. Things are probably boiling over in this situation. Now, Seven of Wands in reverse. Oh boy. You gotta let it go. You gotta let this go. You want to fight. You want to go in there, guns blazing, rolling up your sleeves, ready to duke it out. Maybe literally. Please don't do that, okay? I do not condone violence. I do not support it. But some of you might have that urge to go in there and knock some heads around. Do not do it. Just let it go. I've never seen Frozen. I know Elsa, and that's it. Olaf, is that it? Anyway, I've never seen that movie, but damn it, play that song. Let it go, let it go. Whatever. That is what this is encouraging you to, the Seven of Wands. Because the Seven of Wands in the upright asks for defense. Or not asks for, but is the representative. It represents this idea of defense, defending your position and standing tall where you are, standing tall from your perspective, right? Not to say that you need to not stand tall and let people steamroll you, but this is like a situation where you walk away. Walk away, Virgo. Let it go. If the Seven of Swords is saying, well, I didn't do anything wrong, and they're defending themselves, you don't have to defend yourself. You can leave the conversation. If a judgment from the court comes out in a way that you don't want it to come out and it's not favorable to you, and maybe that's for the person who will end up paying child support or alimony. Nah, man, you can't do that to me. Just let it go, buddy. Just let it go. Just let it go. You know? I'm getting the sense that in that particular case over child support and alimony, if it comes down, again, this is like, I'm trying not to, because women can be just as dastardly as men, but I'm just going to go with the quote unquote traditional stereotypical thing of the man steps out, the man cheats, the man does this, right? Just for the sake of the argument. But you could flip the genders, you can make it same sex, it does not matter. Let's say the man was the one who stepped out, and the man gets hit with child support and alimony, and divorce comes down, and he wants to contest it. No, man, I'm not paying this, or no, man, that's not fair. I need to see my kids, blah, blah, blah. Don't fight it. Or, you know, if maybe that's the power that you would have at that point, Virgo, if you're the female, right? They are like, no, you can't be taking me to court. You can't do this. You can't do that. And it's less like, I think you should let this go. You need to tell them, you should let this go. You should accept what has happened, what has transpired through the courts, because it could be worse. That's what I'm feeling with that Seven of Wands. Whoever needs to let it go should really let it go, because it could be worse. Again, remember where we started in this beginning. Embrace the unexpected. Go, take the leap of faith. Maybe you'll fall and bust your ass. Maybe you'll break your leg. So what? Embrace what you don't know. Stop fighting for things. Stop fighting a losing battle. Stop fighting a pointless war. Don't do it. Wow. Overall energy. You guys definitely have the longest reading. I'm looking at the time now. Queen of Pentacles. Overall energy. Who's this? Is it you? Could be. Earth sign energy. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. A lady of abundance. Doesn't have to be a female, by the way, but the Queen of Pentacles would be a lady of abundance. She's like the junior, the junior cadet, or the executive assistant to the Empress in the Major, right? So there's a lot to be had with the Queen of Pentacles. This could be your new partner, if you're on the market for a new partner. If it's not you, this is just you getting back into yourself. Or this is an energy of what you should rally around, which is the ability to nurture, the ability to cultivate a happy home or a healthy, stable home, right? To have enough money and access and time and affection to really keep yourself and those you love and care for the most afloat. Yeah? The Queen of Pentacles is a provider. King of Pentacles also would be a provider, but she also does it with like that TLC, that tender loving care, that motherly or feminine touch. Again, this could be you, this could be a man. There's no gender here, but it's just like that quality of very earthly, very warm and cuddly, yeah? But with the trappings and the physical body, the physical needs, the physical space is beautiful as well. So it could be that you, previous to now, Virgo, were the provider in this, whatever we talked about, okay? You could have been this. And you may have lost yourself. You may have been taken for granted. You may have been underappreciated. Or this could have been, the soon-to-be ex. They could have been the Queen of Pentacles. They could have been the one bringing in the money. They could have been the one that was really keeping the roof over your head. So then the question then would become, how can you become the Queen of Pentacles for yourself? Again, I hate to put it in like these really arcane parameters, but let's say the man in the relationship, assuming you were in a heterosexual one, you don't have to be, but let's say your other partner was the breadwinner. And now that you're divorcing, now that you're separating, now that you're just out here on your own, on my own, Patti LaBelle, okay? You now have to step into that role for yourself. Can you do it? Yes. Because of this, because of this, because of this, you can. But you have to be open to it not looking and happening in the way that you expect, in the way that you've planned, in the way that you can envision. Let go of the vision. Embrace nothingness. That's the big challenge here. We talk about a lot, but I want to remind you where we started. Boom, boom. Big challenge. Those are what you need to really concentrate on. All the other stuff you kind of already know about. All the other stuff is going to fall the way it needs to. But this Fool matched up with whatever happens with the Justice card, that's the challenge. That's where you need to be. Oh, Lord. Wow. Hello. Or rather, soon to be goodbye. Virgo, that is your reading for September. If you liked it, like button is down below. If you want to leave a comment letting me know how this resonated in your life, please do so. You can also share this video across your social media platforms. And of course, you can subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Virgo, I will see you oh so soon, friend. We have a mid-September coming up for you. We have a live for your birthday season where I will read for any Virgos that show up in the chat. I'll read for you guys. Any questions that you have, you know, within a time limit and fair reason, right? So I have that. I'm going to plan that. I'm going to probably set a premiere date for it so you guys can get some notice ahead of time. And of course, I'll come back and I'll do your October readings at the end of the month. So you got 3 things coming up from me specifically for you. Aren't you excited? So if you want to keep on top of any of that stuff, make sure you subscribed. Okay, guys? Virgo, what a reading. What a day, huh? I hope something here was resonant with you. If it was, make sure you let me know. And I really do appreciate you guys taking your time and watching today, all right? Take care, guys. Bye.